That's nice. It's dragging in there to the basket. All right, let's go. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I didn't do an intro today, and that's because today's video is not really about any sort of challenge. It doesn't have any sort of purpose. It's just gonna be about playing some disc golf and talking to you guys about things that actually matter. So I hope you're nicely seated with a good cup of coffee, and let's have a chat. Ah, that needed height. That was better. So I was actually planning on my next video being one of those try to shoot bogey free and I have to restart if I take a bogey kind of videos. But I haven't been doing too well lately. I've been a little bit under the weather the last couple of days, and I just finished some of my exams in school, like finished up the project, and I haven't been playing a lot of disc golf really. And it took a bit of a toll on me, that project, so I'm now not looking too well on the stress parameter, so to say. Haven't really had a good night's sleep for the last week or so, so not feeling the best. So we're just gonna chill around, do the thing that disc golf is really all about, which is just you know, those fun rounds where you don't really do score. You just chill around and enjoy some good shots and forget the bad shots. I think that, at least for me, that's a pretty soothing way to play disc golf. See if we can put this one within putting range. I believe it must have gone to the long pin position now. I mean, that's a good shot. Got a little skip as well. Probably be a long putt. But yeah, that is also why this video is not coming up on my usual upload schedule. It's probably going to be a little bit delayed. It's actually Tuesday right now, Tuesday morning, so maybe I'll be able to edit it in time, but I don't think so. Wow, look at these leaves. Like, the ground is completely covered in yellow. It's kind of awesome. Looks kind of fun, but probably also a little bit annoying if you're trying to find your discs. Wait, the basket hasn't moved into the other position yet, so I'm actually almost parked. See if we can get this one. I actually haven't clicked off a lot of things on the birdie card just yet. I only have one, because I think I've only played one round out here with that birdie card on. Mainly because I've been doing a bunch of challenges and very rarely just play around from white tee. When I play for fun with some friends, I usually play yellow tee because that's where they play. See if we can get this one clicked off though. Let's go. I actually don't remember if this is the A or the B position, but I think it's the A position, so I click that one off, like that. Let's move on to 3. I actually don't really know where to start with this entire conversation, because it's a little bit of a tough one, you know. I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable in this video, and even though it might not be the most engaging video and might not reach the masses, I think it's going to be probably one of my most important videos on the channel. And that's because one of my most important goals with this entire channel, and I actually have this written out on my whiteboard in the office at home where I edit, is first of all, of course, spreading joy with just sharing content in general. And other than that, I want to inspire people to get out into nature and actually be active and play some disc golf, because I think it's the best sport in the world. And it's done a lot of things for me in terms of getting me outside and actually just being a little bit of a stress reliever, and even, I'd say, like, helping me fight depression at times. Flip up a little bit. It didn't. Okay, got a little bit of skip. It'll be a long putt. Very long putt, in fact, but I mean, I'll give it a run. We're just playing for fun anyways. Okay, that got up and wobbling in the wind, huh? I'm gonna be putting for the rest of the day, apparently. Oh, and it rolled as well. All right, come on, let me get this one over with. Well, good thing we're not doing scores. It's pretty windy out here, so I guess I'm not gonna do too much talking while I'm out here. It's just get this forehand up there. Time to test the integrity of this octane, I guess. It's a lot of headwind. flipped a bit, but stayed on the right course. Not enough power. I didn't warm up my forehand. I guess I'll try and ring it up because there's a nice little forehand line here. Oh, this one's wet. Nah, wasn't committed enough. I think I want to see if I can just get a nice clean gap hit with the watt here. That is a nice clean gap hit though. Actually, it turned a little bit more than I thought. So it got a little bit off course, but still definitely a birdie opportunity. But like I said, I intend to inspire people to get out into nature and play some disc golf. And that is, of course, because I think disc golf is a really cool sport, but also because I have struggled a lot with mental illness in general throughout my life. Not to sound like I have like some kind of crazy experience. I'm 26 years old, so take it as you want. But I think there's something really valuable in sharing each other's experiences, or sharing our experiences with each other, and figuring out what we all do to like fight our daily struggles or whatever it is, because we could definitely all learn from each other. And one of the things that I have learned about really any mental illness that I've been through, whether it be stress or depression, which are the two main ones, that is that there are like 3 key factors you need to consider or take care of if you want to battle it. That was certainly not the gap that I was going for. And those 3 key factors are sleep, physical activity, and eating healthy. That's pretty much what any doctor would tell you. And I think at this point it's common knowledge, which is a good thing, of course. But I've been talking a lot to psychologists and stuff like that, had professional help, and also had a lot of experience myself with it. And I find it to be very true. There's a very clear pattern between how I feel on a daily basis and how much I take care of these 3 things. Now, like I said, right now I haven't been sleeping very well for the last couple of days, and sometimes that can be pretty hard to really do anything about because you can get into some pretty bad patterns and stuff. But one thing that you can for sure change and manipulate is physical activity. Whoops. And that is why disc golf is so important. And then on top of that, I tend to notice that if you do get in your physical activity throughout the day, it's also a lot easier to actually sleep at night because your body will feel more tired, like physically tired, and need for sleep. So physical activity, in my opinion, is really what starts the positive spiral. And for me, the easiest way for me to get it is through disc golf. Both because I really love playing disc golf and I actually want to do it. I'll go for a slow servo here, a little flex from the left side, hopefully. No, slips out of my hand. That's gone. Oh wait, you know what? It's a fun round, so I can take mulligans whenever I want. Oh right, I have this new hex. Maybe that's good on this hole. See if I can keep it straight. Kind of straight. Really needs to hit some trees and get beat in a little bit, because I really would like that flight to be straight in the middle of that gap when I really sit like that. But actually, disc golf is not much different from just going for a walk, like physically. It's not like you're getting your heart rate up a lot more or anything like that. But the thing is, at least my experience with depression, and probably a lot of others, is that it creates these terrible spirals where you end up actually not even having the motivation. Like, you know what you need to do. You need physical activity. You need fresh air and good nutrition and stuff. But you kind of lose the motivation to even get better. So even though you know what you need to do, you're not going to do it because you're not motivated to do it. So convincing yourself to just go for a walk for no apparent reason, if you don't really enjoy walking too much, can be really, really tough. And that's why disc golf is so special, because I don't know what kind of human wouldn't love to play disc golf. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but to me at least, putting a sport behind it is gonna make it more fun, and it's gonna make me want to do it sometimes. And it's gonna end up just being like free motivation pretty much, which motivation is really the currency that you're looking for when struggling with mental health, I think. I had to go close to that tree. And another thing about this board is that it's just so flexible. Like, you can play it all by yourself on a gray fall morning like today, or you can go play with some friends or whatever, and it'll be pretty fun either way, I think. So, and also it costs like 20 bucks to get started, so it's basically free. Let's give this one a little ace run with the proxy. Well, that's an ace run. Kick to the right. Okay, fell out of the sky a little bit and didn't turn, but really beautiful shot either way. I actually think that was pretty much what I wanted to say with this video. So from now on, I'm just gonna play on, have some fun, you know. But to sum it up, basically just take this as my recommendation to get out and get in that physical activity and get outside, even though the weather's terrible lately. At least here in Denmark, like, winter depression is a real thing. With it getting dark really early here in the winter, and the weather is like gray and wet and cold. But if you just sit inside and hate the weather, it's gonna really take a toll on you. But if you actually go out and face it, I think, for me at least, most of the time I'll maybe enjoy it when I'm out there, and definitely appreciate the fact that I did it when I come home, because it has a lot of benefits. By the way, look at this beautiful birdie, huh? It actually kicked back right in the end. Did I have that on the birdie card? Oh, I actually did. Okay, that was the one hole I actually had on the birdie card already. And I thought it would be fun that if you have struggled in the past or is currently struggling with some kind of mental illness, and you're using disc golf to combat it, and you're okay about talking about it, go ahead and put it in the comments to help inspire people and show that a lot of people face this kind of stuff and there's actually ways to deal with it. Obviously, you don't have to like write a long essay or anything. Just put your hand up and show yourself, because I think there's something, like I said, golden in sharing experiences and really just showing that people are not alone with their struggles. So that was a pretty deep conversation, and maybe it's useful to one of you guys, and that will totally make my entire rant worth it, even though some of you maybe found it boring or uncomfortable. I don't know. But that's what I always say. If I can inspire just one person, make their life better, it's worth everything. So that's the goal of this video. All right, see if I can get a flex with my new time lapse. Gonna be a video out soon with this one, I think, just like I did with the Hex, because I need to figure out if this one is really my new backhand headwind disc. And I do have some headwind on this one, so I guess this is a good test. It does fight it pretty well, huh? I threw that one way high, so it didn't go very far, but I think it held up good. You know, I don't really like 13 speeds for my backhand because they're too big for my tiny hands, and the wave, the proton wave, is getting a little bit too flippy to like actually combat a headwind. So I think it's good to have something a little bit more stable, and hoping that the retooled time lapse will be that for me. It's actually started raining a little bit, so may have to find a way to keep that camera dry, because it's probably not good for it to have water all over it. And also, it's probably affecting the picture a little bit to have raindrops on there. See if I can go up and over here with the time lapse. Gotta get some height on it here. Should be wind from out there, should push it left. And push left. I mean, it did, but I didn't push forward enough first. So I think it's going to be a little bit short left, maybe. Yes, indeed, that was very short. But I have a little line for putting here, so maybe I'll drain it from here. That'll be pretty crazy. I mean, it just needed height, really. But I mean, can always say that. It just needed a little more left. Just needed a little more height. Right, but it didn't go in, okay? Ooh, par. Alright, let's at least get this one clicked off the birdie card, because this one's very easy. Just a little turnover with the glitch. Okay. Got through a lot of it. That was pretty fortunate. I'll have a putt. I mean, it's definitely gettable. Just need a little Anheuser putt, and I can do that. Never mind. That wasn't even close. All right, let's see if I can hit that main gap on the right side of the Mando. Well, on the left side, which is the correct side. That's what I'm trying to say. Keep it under the branches, but over the hill. Oh, there's a person walking up those stairs. That's... Whew. Good thing I wasn't throwing it too low. That was really close to the perfect shot, by the way, but just hit that one limb that's trying to catch everything. Oh, by the way, one last thing about that whole mental illness thing is that I personally think that being a Christian is a superpower when it comes to that kind of stuff, because then my value is not based on my actions or how I perform or what I create for the world or what I create for myself, but simply by the fact that I'm a child of God and He created me with value. So that kind of takes some of the pressure off and allows me to be sick and still be okay with being sick. Because that's the thing, like being a Christian, you're not gonna like avoid sickness and stuff like that. But it doesn't need to affect my like self-worth and yeah, my value, because that's kind of given from the very beginning. A little par putt here. Should be good. Oops. I'm not sure how many more holes I'm gonna play, because if it keeps like slow raining like this, it's not the best deal for my camera. So I might do hole 11 and then maybe 18 as well. Well, old 11 and 18. Just because, you know, it's fun to play the downhill hole here when there's a lot of wind. So I just want to see if I can control it somehow. And then I might go home. Actually, let's see if the time-lapse does well for like the big hyzer here. I'll be able to put it a lot wider because it's more glidey than a nitro and faster than a fireball and stuff. And the wind should carry it in there. Now get a lot of carry because that was really wide. Is it making it back? Oh, it's not making it back in. Okay, well that was a little bit too much apparently. Now here's what I would usually do in this type of wind is throw a fireball almost kind of flat over those trees on the right side, because I needed to push a little bit before just dumping down. And it didn't really push before dumping down. I'm not sure how to play this now that these trees have grown so high. It's actually a problem for me. Maybe we'll just do the down the middle flex play with the resistor. Oh, this is interesting. Let's experiment a little bit here. Now, I don't like it because the T-Pack can be slippery. Uh-oh. Oh, that hit concrete. I'm gonna keep trying until I hit one, and then this is gonna be the last hole of the video. You know, maybe the nitro. Let's try the nitro. Oh, that was way wider than I tried to throw it. And it didn't even come near the island. Okay, I just gotta get one. Stay tuned, I will get one in the island, guys. And that turned too much. All right, let's try again. That turned so much in that headwind. Okay, the octane will do it. That's gonna be on the island, right? Get down now. Go in. We're on the island. That's gonna be the outro. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I appreciate you guys being here, and I really do hope that this inspires somebody out there to get out, play some disc golf. Sorry about the blurry camera. There's a lot of water on the lens right now. Please hit the like button on this video if you want to have more videos like this one where I talk a little bit, or if it's like acceptable on the channel, I guess. And I guess there's nothing left to say other than have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you next Tuesday, guys.